is overpopulated, so I chose Copp property today. Copp Family Park is substantial. It's way more than just the dog park, which a lot of people don't realize. Although there's a fun little friend right now. Hello. Yeah, so we will be taking the yellow trail today. And you have your map, so if you guys do get ahead of myself or the group, that's fine. Just stay on the yellow trail. If you feel like you're like, ooh, maybe I should stop and wait, definitely do so. The trails are pretty well marked. This is a facility that is run and maintained by the Groton Town Parks Division. They were out here today. They told me picking up for us. They said it was pretty good. They did tell me, however, to watch out for the bears. And if you have walked here before, you know what that means. If you've gone on the trail that you will be seeing today. Our guys like to be handy, okay? So this property in 1989 was given over to the town. Copp family board members, there's a committee, the board family trustees, they oversee this. So they check in on it all the time. And I have on my clipboard some more information I'll share with you while we're walking. But one of the really cool things they have, and I wanted to share with you guys, is when one of the board members does walk through here, they have kind of an inventory list to check through and to be like, oh, we need to kind of check on that, maintain that, maybe there's a fallen tree or something. It's really pretty cool how well they maintain this, and it's between the Parks Division and the Copp board members. So kudos to them because they do a great job. Okay, so I'm just gonna shut up my car and I'll get over here and then we'll start walking, okay? So most of you have a map in your hand. The map is a duplication of this, except on your map, on one side it gives you the breakdown of the trails per mile. So there might be one that says, 0.7 mile, and it'll show you in between. We are taking this trail here. We're right here. This is the parking lot. We're here. We're gonna go up this way, straight up. That's where we're gonna see one of the bigger trail markers. We're gonna follow the yellow over here, almost all the way over to Groton Utilities property. Keep around. We're gonna go by the dog park here, and we're gonna come back to here. It's a really nice walk. It's 1.58 miles. Okay? Any questions before we start? No? Okay, let's go. Obviously, this is the foundation of the Copp family. It's hidden by all the weeds and whatnot. But Chuck had found on our last walk this little interesting spot over here. Chuck, I'm giving you credit. Because last time we were here, Chuck pointed this out. This stone was something that they used. And Chuck, do you want to share your knowledge, your wealth of knowledge?
Well, you see, there's a groove cut around the rock and a spout here.
Yep.
So you could put stuff in the middle, squeeze it, grind it, and the liquid would run off to the side.
So a little chopping block type of area. And it's really pretty cool. And last time we walked here, Chuck was like, hey, did you see this? I'm like, totally walked right by it.
Yeah,
So, and again, right behind you is a foundation, part of the Copp family property. So in 1989, the town of Groton purchased the Copp property right here off of 184, which you all know. There were three factors that influenced the decision to make this purchase. The biggest one probably was that the Copp family discounted the purchase by $1.25 million. Wow. Two was that the 1988 Park and Recreation Master Plan recommended an area for the location of a community recreation center. Well, what year is it, friends? So you know how that's going. And the third factor was a strong voter approval, authorizing expenditure of funds to buy open space. This is a very large, beautiful open space. There are parts of this park that we're going to walk upon that are, I think I included for some of you. If I didn't, I will share when we get to the end. They're originally marked for the possible recreation center and possible events fields. They were thinking of putting up possible pavilions and whatnot for some sporting events, maybe baseball, maybe just an open field for playing, picnicking, etc. At this point, this park has pretty much just stayed open as an open space for walking. If you notice on our way up this particular trail, there was a mountain bike. One of the skinnier tracks is a mountain bike track, so that was brought up over there. But this park is, the trails that are marked are the true trails here, okay? I don't recommend hiking off the smaller trails because that's where you're gonna get into the ticks and the bugs and the burrs and all that, okay? Carry on. Originally, the plan was the existing entrance of the park, then they were going to have a cultural center in here. They were also going to have, as part of that, is a youth center, a theater, an ice rink, and a swimming pool. The maintenance building and parking, the roller hockey rink that is now outside the Groton Senior Center Library, that would have been here. Also, an access road to get to and from these. And then there was also going to be athletic fields and picnic area. This was one of the areas that was going to be the athletic fields, or what they also were going to call the event fields. This was the original plan way back when. With all that, it still was going to leave 186 acres of this land. So there's a lot here. It's so beautiful. It goes way back. There is another trail that when we first turned right, you could have taken up to a purple trail. That trail gets pretty steep. I would not recommend that unless you really know you can do it. It gets pretty steep and it's rocky, but it does go straight up to the back. We are gonna go on the perimeter over here, and we're gonna go up against the Groton Utilities property. If any of you have followed the Tri-Town trails, it's been off and on for years. That's one of the locations that they're always hoping that maybe we can, talk to Groton Utilities and maybe share and have a little connection to share with one another and have that work. Okay? Thanks. Okay. We can walk on. Thank you. Telling our friends that this is the property line for Groton Utilities, and obviously this is Groton Utilities, the reservoir, and the work they're doing on in there. You can see with the crane and some of the dump trucks and stuff. This is part of the Groton Utilities reservoir.
The mighty Groton waterfall.
Yes, the mighty Groton waterfall. Maintenance is sometimes, although we have a bridge, sometimes that becomes not enough. And the water table here is very high, so our parks crew created another bridge, if you may, or walking boards for us to go across. As you can see, they're nice and sturdy and they're wide. And our whole group just passed over them. Take it in and savor it because it's just so beautiful and lovely out here. This is another beautiful spot along the yellow trail. As you can see, if you crossed over here, you would take the red trail up and over, but this yellow trail goes over the little wooden bridge we have. But again, our park's pre-made. And the rules are all posted. If your dog's been sick, we ask you don't bring him in because you're potentially getting another dog sick. It's kind of like us humans. If you're sick, please don't be around. The solitary confinement goes for both. And as you can see, these are medium and big dogs. Their area is a little bit bigger for more room for running around. And definitely plenty of people still just walk their dogs on the trails too. But on the trails, we do ask that you keep them on a leash because there are plenty of people who use the park and the trails. So at the park, at Copp Family Park, there are many trails and they are well marked. We've been on the yellow trail today, marked by the yellow, obviously. There's a blue trail, there's a red trail, an orange trail, and a green trail. They're all fabulous. The only trail I recommend you not trying on your own is the purple trail. And again, that gets steep, but the yellow trail is a great one to come as a family and check out. And again, it's 1.58 miles. When you first came upon, and then it's separated for the medium and large dogs. That was approved in June 26, 2002. It was approved and then it was created. It's called Central Bark. But as I've said before, and most of you noted, most people know this as Copp, the dog park. And as you can now see, it is only a very small portion of this whole fabulous place. You guys are all rock stars. I hope you had fun. If you do come back, keep your maps, use them. If you need another map, let me know. If you could come back, try and come with a buddy.